Hi, I'm Mr. Neville. I teach English 7, English literature. Why you should take English literature if you are interested in history, because English literature has a lot to do with English history, European history, and literature. The class combines those two things. It makes American literature, which all of you have taken already, make more sense. You have to be a senior to take the class. It is an elective. You can take English literature in place of regular English 7. If you're not a big novels reader, we do a lot of poetry, we do Shakespeare. We do not read a lot of novels because they don't exist yet.
So I'm Mrs. Connolly, and the class you might be interested in taking is an English 5 or an English 7 called Multicultural Lit Rhetoric. It is an option in the fall for seniors and if there's still space, juniors. One of the things we do in Multicultural Lit is we don't read anything by white authors. So if you're interested in taking a look at social justice issues or just, getting a new perspective, reading books that are by or about people who look like you or people who don't look like you. Depends on who you are. That's what we do. We do a lot of writing. It is a writing-based class rather than a test-taking kind of class, but there's usually a lot of choice in what you write, and we had a great time this semester in the class, so I hope you're interested in signing up. It is a class mostly for seniors. Juniors can also register for it in place of English 5 if there's still space available. You can also take it as an elective, so if you've got an empty spot, maybe you're taking a different English class, but you really, you like to read, you like to write, and you want to give that a go, it could always take up that space for you as well. I've had honors kids take it as an elective this semester.
Hi, I'm Miss Sullivan, and I teach journalism and creative writing, and I'd like to talk to you about them. First, let's talk about journalism. Journalism is a course where you learn how to write like a journalist, but you also learn how to consume media. This is important to our everyday lives so that we learn how to assess what's being told to us through the news and newspapers. In this course, you learn to write like a journalist. You learn backstory on how to get a story out. And we write stories that are of interest to our high school students, not world news, unless it's world news that we can apply to ourselves. You take journalism anytime during your sophomore through senior year, but if you take journalism during your junior year, it can take the place of English 5 or 6, which are the American literature courses. This can be a benefit so that if you are more of a writer than you are a reader, this course is for you. The other course I want to talk to you about is creative writing. It is an English 8 alternative. English 8 is where you write essays and a research paper. In English 8 creative writing, you explore the creative side of writing. You step outside the box and learn how to explore a topic from various avenues. We write stories and poetry and creative nonfiction and a whole host of other genres just so that we can understand our topics from different points of view. We also do a multi-genre research paper. The multi-genre research paper differs from the traditional research paper in that a traditional does a straight 5 to 7 pages. In a multi-genre, we might have short stories or poetry or newspaper articles or obituaries or many different forms of writing just to explain a topic. This helps your creativity, which helps your mind to expand, and that is a very useful life skill because when you can approach a problem from different points of view, you're more apt to solve it. The other thing that's really nice about the creative writing course is it is a dual credit course. This means that for free, you can get college credit, 3 credit hours. When you go to college, you have to take English 101 and 102. In addition to that, you take an English elective. English 8 creative writing is that elective. You can come out of high school with 3 college credits. So while you're earning your high school diploma, you're also earning towards your college degree. Please stop by my room anytime to talk to me about these courses. I would be more than happy to talk to you about them. I am in room 280 upstairs all the way down to the very end of the hallway. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Mrs. McQuiggan and I teach the public speaking for college credit. It's English 8, so it's an option for you as a senior in your senior year. And why would you want to take this course? Well, it's always good to take a course where you can get college credit at the same time. So you can get high school credit for English 8 and you can get college credit at the same time. Now this is important because college is kind of expensive and they're giving this credit to you for free. So if you have to take English 8, you might as well take the college credit English 8 class. Also, another thing that you could consider is that this grade will be writing and public speaking. So if you are wanting to improve your writing skills and you're wanting to improve your public speaking skills, then this is a class for you. You're also able to kind of take a grade that isn't 100% writing because you have the public speaking to kind of give you a buffer for both scores. So a lot of people who did good in English 4, your sophomore year, would actually want to take public speaking for college credit because that's a class they're probably going to do well in their senior year also. So there's a class that you can take as a sophomore called Debate and Argumentation. You take it instead of English 4. In fact, it's the type of English 4. So you would take Debate and Argumentation English 4. So English 4 Debate and Argumentation has to do exactly with what it says, debate and argumentation. Now this is not a class for students who like to argue per se. It is a class for students who like to use logic and information in order to prove ideas. So in the class what we're doing is we're trying to figure out the best way to attack an argument. You have to be a little bit confrontational in the class because you have to be able to challenge people on their ideas and be able to attack arguments. So we don't attack people, we attack arguments. So during this class we will learn logical structures and you'll get into some really cool debates. Now some debates might be related to something simple like which superhero is the best, but other debates could be more complex, like about social or political issues in which you do some research and then you'd have some facts to back up what you're saying. So it's fact-based argumentation, and that's what we'll be focusing on in the class. But remember, it is a lot of research, and you do as much writing as you do in the normal English 4 class, and you do as much public speaking as you do in the normal English 4 class. So it's not a way to get out of work. It is a way for you to use your skills to become a great arguer.